1930s, Ashe County, North Carolina was desperately in need of a hospital. Prior to its construction, area residents had to seek medical care from traveling doctors on horseback or endure a long ride in a wagon or truck to neighboring counties. The residents of Jefferson, a rural Appalachian community, pulled together to make the first hospital a reality, utilizing the Works Progress Administration, an employment and infrastructure program created by President Franklin Roosevelt to help the country through the Great Depression. Neighbors pitched in to help build the hospital. Others donated the building materials. The Duke Foundation covered gaps in the financing, and Ashe County Memorial Hospital opened in 1941. After a new hospital was built in 1971, the old hospital building eventually was abandoned and fell into disrepair. Again, the community stepped up and saved the building with the goal of utilizing the now historic hospital as much-needed housing for low-income senior citizens and people with disabilities. A group of partners joined together to undertake the $9.1 million project of turning the hospital into a home for dozens of people in need, including Tice Keister Architects, Northwestern Housing Enterprises, ALH General Contractor, Northwestern Regional Housing Authority, Redstone Equity Partners LLC, Bank of Tennessee, Federal Home Loan Bank of Cincinnati, and North Carolina Housing Finance Agency. Funding of the development included $5.5 million in private investment, 9% low-income housing tax credits, and federal and state historic tax credits. Government participation in project finance was provided by the North Carolina Housing Finance Agency and also the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development through Section 8 project-based vouchers. The project worked to meet preservation guidelines by repairing, rather than replacing, existing historic windows, restoring exterior stonework, and preserving interior architectural features and finishes, such as baseboards, door casings, and corridor doors. The Section 106 review resulted in a finding of no adverse effect. The transformation of the hospital focused on historic preservation, sustainability, and the use of natural light. Wide hallways, tall ceilings, and large windows remind residents of great public spaces of the past. Windows, doors, and oak floors are original. The hallways look as they did when the hospital was first built, although some of the interior doors no longer open to a room but remain to preserve the integrity of the original layout of the building. The new Historic Ashe Hospital opened in the beginning of 2019 with 46 apartments, a mix of studio, 1- and 2-bedroom units. There are 19 units in the historic building and 27 in a new complementary addition, a library, a computer room, and 3 meeting rooms available to the community. The front lobby of the historic building features a memory room, displaying artifacts from the old hospital and telling its story. The project has deep meaning for the community since many of the current tenants and their families, construction staff, and neighbors had personal experiences there. Many said they were born, delivered their children, or said goodbye to loved ones they lost there at the hospital. Resident artist George Kaczynski created an original painting now hung proudly in the building entitled Horse Doctor, depicting a physician riding horseback to deliver health care through the snow-covered Blue Ridge Mountains. The rehabilitation of Ashe Hospital now serves Ashe County as a destination for local residents, provides much-needed affordable housing to seniors and people with disabilities, and has contributed greatly to the vitality of the local community. The revitalized hospital has indeed become a home, one highlighted by a strong community of residents actively caring for one another. That is why Historic Ashe Hospital is the 2020 recipient of the ACHP HUD Secretary's Award for Excellence in Historic Preservation.